Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back. We're back. That's right. Okay. We are back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Ringo TV Reactions. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, guys, to the channel. It's very important to do that. Right? And also, to like the video, guys, make sure you double tap the screen. Very important that you double tap the screen to like the video. Again, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into this content, guys. We're talking about a very, very serious situation. Carmelo Anthony's family pretty much exploits donors for $1.3 million after already receiving $500K. Now, those of you that have been on social media, you would know that Carmelo Anthony plunged a knife in the heart of Austin Metcalf at a track meet where he went into a tent area that he wasn't supposed to be at. And for whatever reason, he decided that he was going to put a knife in a young teen's chest. And consequently, Mr. Metcalf passed away, succumbed to his injuries. And Anthony pretty much claimed self-defense, even though in the state of Texas, his actions does not constitute self-defense. But now, more importantly, his family in, I believe, the month of April, they raised over $500,000. And I told you guys when this happened that the family was using the money for personal use. A lot of you may have thought that this money was used to hire attorneys, to go towards his legal defense, and various other things, but that's not the case. The money went to the family for personal use, and now they're requesting that you give them $1.3 million. How everybody doing out there? Let's see who we got in the building. We got June Sports, Tasha Praise Yah. Who's this here? Drisky. Caroline Dukes. Jay McCartney. Okay, well, how you doing? You have Wishfire. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it properly. Tammy in the building. Forever Studio. Salute, bro. Regina, TJ. Okay, all right. You got Debbie in the building. Jerry. How y'all doing? Let's get right into the content. Again, I appreciate you guys stopping by. You know what I'm saying? At the late hour. It's approximately 12:25 a.m. in North Carolina. And we got to get into the news. So what's going on here right now, guys, is really, really bad, right? So as we throw this up on the screen, the Metcalf family is requesting a lot of money. And I want to talk about this thing in this particular episode of the show. Now, they originally raised over $500,000, guys. $500,000. And now they want $1,396,725. For some reason, $500,000 is not enough. Now, you good people donated to this fund, and now the family wants more money. After living a lavish life in multi-million-dollar homes, buying automobiles, now they want more money. Now, I really believe that the family of Karmelo is exploiting their son because they know that he's going to prison. And it's like they're trying to get more money out of you good people. I don't recommend anybody send $1. Even though people are sending more money, I really believe, guys, that you have to stop sending the money. At this point, you have to just stop sending money now. It's getting ridiculous now. Come on, guys. It's getting ridiculous. You know? Come on. You guys already sent them $500,000. Listen, guys, you guys sent over 500,000. That's way more than enough money, guys. Now they want more. You know why? Because they've exhausted all the money. Just like I told you. I told you it was a scam from the beginning. Now look what's happened. Now they want more of your hard-earned money. Look at this. This is a disgrace. And this particular fundraiser is on, I believe it's Give, Send, Go or something along those lines. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah. The fundraiser website is Give, Send, Go. All you got to do is go over there and just type in Karmelo Anthony and it will pop up. People are still donating. Someone just donated $20 19 minutes ago. So now, guys, let's get into the content. I'm going to talk about a few things regarding this particular case so that we are all up to speed on what's going on and show you how this is a scam and how, you know, you need to just avoid this like the plague and don't let your emotions move you. Now, I do not support Karmelo Anthony. I want to make that very clear. I believe that he murdered a young man in cold blood. I believe that he should serve time in prison for his crime. I'm not a part of the Black Brigade of let's just ban with Karmelo because he's black. We're not doing that here. We weighed the facts. All the information that came out into the media clearly shows that Mr. Anthony was indeed in the wrong. He was not being bullied. He was not being stalked. He was the one that was the aggressor. He went to the tent that he didn't belong in. He provoked violence. He told Mr. Metcalf that if you touch me, see what happens, while possessing and being armed with a weapon that didn't belong at this track meet. You know, when someone is fearing for their life or someone feel like they're being bullied, they would not be in an environment that can cause them, you know, a problem or some sort of situation. And this situation got so bad that I received a lot of hate from the black community. They called me a Sambo, a coon. They told me that I'm a sellout and that I'm trying to please white people. For some reason, I don't know what is the matter with them, but if you use logic and common sense, they automatically believe you're trying to fit in with white people. I'm not trying to fit in with nobody. It was up to me. I wouldn't want to be around either black people or white people. I really don't like being around people because a lot of people are evil, and it doesn't really matter what the race is. You understand? So this is not about white or black or whose side I'm favoring, all this other stuff. What we deal with on this platform is the truth, right? So please don't tell me that I'm a Sambo, I'm a coon, and all this other dumb stuff because over here we're adults, right? We're having adult conversation, and we don't have time for none of that nonsense, right? So don't waste your time with all of that nonsense, okay? So now we got to talk about the scam that is going on, right? There's a serious scam, and the donors are being exploited. So we're going to talk about that by reading a couple of things for you guys to be up to speed. Now, that being said, when you go to the fundraiser site, you're met with Help Karmelo Official Fund, right? We're going to read these things. We're going to break down what they talked about in April. Then we're going to look at the update they made on their fundraiser, and we're going to put all of this together to see if it makes sense. We're going to find out, is this something you want to fund? Now, think about this, guys. You have your own lives. You got your own bills. You got your own problems. We see crime happen in the black community all the time, where young black men pick up guns, and rather than them learn how to have conflict resolution skills, they resort to violence. And we see this kind of violence all the time. But one thing I don't see in the black community is everyone raising money to bail out Pookie. I don't see that. Not in the black community. When Tyrone killed Pookie or Pookie killed Tyrone, nobody ever raised money to fight for one of these particular men. Typically what we do is we just ignore the story. But when it involves a white teenager and a black teenager, all of a sudden now the black community bands together, as they always do, because it involves a white teen. And consequently, this happens all too often. And now it just got worse because, Mr. Anthony's family already received $500,000. So the question is, what did they do with the money? I thought that money was supposed to be used for, Mr. Anthony's case. Seems like they used that money for personal use and it ran out. Now they want more money. I did a video the other day that basically says that, Mr. Anthony been indicted on first-degree murder charges. First-degree murder. And it's not looking too good for him because there was also a tape that was leaked. Well, not necessarily leaked. It was actually given to the Daily Mail and another source. And there's also a news video where you see a woman describing what she saw on the tape. And based on what we have, guys, it is over for Mr. Anthony. It is over for him because according to this particular tape, it don't show any sort of bullying, any sort of nonsense before the stabbing. What it shows is an aggressive teen that crashed out, went down there with the intent to kill, and consequently ruined his life. So that being said, guys, let's read this particular situation here. And again, guys, as you come into the building, again, be sure to like the video, subscribe. If you don't know how to like a vertical stream, you have to double tap the screen, guys. You got to double tap the screen to give it a like. Okay, now that we got that out the way, let's read what we got. Let's read what we got, guys, because I want to show you that this is a scam. If you've donated already, you may want to hold off with giving your money again. I understand that a lot of you black folk may have sided with Karmelo because he's black, which is the worst thing you can actually do. We got to begin to hold everybody accountable, guys, whether they're black or white. We got to start being accountable for our actions. We can't look at old cases from the past and say, well, what about this guy and what about that guy? Don't fall into all the mumbo jumbo that content creators do. Content creators just want to receive a check. So at the end of the day, they're not going to be fair and balanced like me. See, here on Ringo TV Reactions, we're fair and balanced. We go right down the middle and we focus on the facts. We focus on who's wrong, who's right, who's the victim, what's really going on, and we put the puzzle together. Whether it's white or black, doesn't matter who they are. Whoever's guilty is guilty. It's just that simple. We're not here to take any sides. And based on what we got, Karmelo Anthony is guilty, and he did not do what he did in self-defense. Austin Metcalf did not pose no deadly force. No deadly force was used by Mr. Metcalf. He had no weapon, no gun. There was nothing there that would constitute fearing for one's life. And, if somebody's fearing for their life, they wouldn't tell somebody, touch me again and see what happens. Nobody wouldn't do that. If I'm fearing for my life and this guy right here, and he's the one that I'm fearing, I wouldn't tell him, touch me again and see what happened. That doesn't sound like somebody that's fearing for their life. That sounds like somebody that's ready to take a life. So let's read this thing here, guys. It says, help Karmelo official fund. And hello to everybody coming in the building. Hello, hello. All right. So it says support for the Anthony family. We are grateful for your support during this incredibly difficult time for Karmelo Anthony and his family. This fundraiser has been established to provide comprehensive assistance to the Anthony family as they navigate the many challenges surrounding Karmelo's case. Purpose of the fund. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of the $500. Now, think about this, guys. The $500,000 that was sent to the family, they are initially telling you what the purpose of the money is for, right? It says, while legal defense is a critical part of this journey, we want to make it clear that this fund is not solely dedicated to legal expenses. Do you see that? Now keep in mind, guys, a lot of this stuff was restructured. A lot of this stuff was restructured, re-edited, repurposed, because they have to make sure they clean up their tracks and make sure everything is clean. But now think about this, guys, because it makes it worse as we read. While legal defense is a critical part of this journey, we want to make it clear that this fund is not solely dedicated to legal expenses. So what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? That means it was used for personal use. So you mean to tell me, you good people that work so hard on your 9-to-5 gave the Anthony family over $500,000 so they could just have a good, easy life? A young man who murdered someone, a young man who haven't been cleared of his charges, a young man who did the unthinkable. You gave the family $500,000 so that they can live good while you can't pay your bills, while you struggling to pay your car loan, your insurance, your light bill, your food bill. And, I get it. You felt sorry for the young man. He's black. I get it. There's some sense of loyalty in the black community, but we got to get over that. We got to start to hold our own people accountable, even if the white community get away with a lot of crimes, even though they do things that we don't like, even though the system is not fair. I really believe that we need to be fair and balanced when it comes to what our people do, rather than just doing tit for tat. So now, they made it very clear, while legal defense is a critical part of this journey, we want to make it clear that this fund is not solely dedicated to legal expenses. The funds raised will also support a range of urgent and necessary needs that have emerged as a result of this situation. Now, think about this. That money that you guys sent, $500,000, has been used to fund, right, their immediate needs that range from, let me get that right, guys. The funds raised will also support a range of urgent and necessary needs that have emerged as a result of this situation. Now think about this. You got your own needs. This young man murdered someone, and you guys have financed the lifestyle of killers. Let that make sense, guys. I need for y'all to really think about this. Use logic. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger down, right? I need for you to think very clear. Think very, very clear, guys. You have a situation where this family is telling you that they have needs and they need for you to send them $500,000 for them to use on their personal life, right? Their personal life, guys. So it says needs that have emerged as a result of this situation, including but not limited to the safe relocation of Anthony's family due to escalating threats to their safety. Now, guys, remember, this fundraiser was edited again. Because remember, when all the controversy happened, when they claimed their address was leaked and all this other stuff, they re-edited everything, guys. And they tried to make it seem as though the $500,000 was for the family to relocate, right, of Anthony's family due to escalating threats to their safety and well-being, as well as basic living cost. So now you're responsible for their living costs. Who's responsible for our living costs, guys? Who's responsible for your living costs? How many adults do we have in the building? How many adults? How many family men, family women? How many of you got children? Who's responsible for your living costs? You got to go work, right? Put a 1 in the chat if we back, guys, because I don't know what's going on in the internet world. But put a 1 in the chat if we are back, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if we are back. They trying to shut us down, fam. I told you guys. You got to click that like button. You got to click that like button, guys. Got to double tap that screen, fam. Got to double tap that screen. Right? Make sure you do what you got to do, gang. They trying to shut us down. Right? They don't want us to preach this truth, guys. They don't. They want to distract me to throw me off my game plan. So as you come in the building, again, guys, double tap the screen. You got to keep on double tapping that screen every time you come in. Give it a like so that more people can come over here so that the video could get pushed, because they're trying to stop your boy from putting out this truth, guys. So now let me get back to the content. Back to the content. So now, what's going on? Let's recap. Let's kind of scroll back a little bit before we got disconnected. Again, guys, I live in a rural area, so the internet is not all that great. At the same time, social media is very sketchy, and they try to silence those that goes against the system. And a lot of people have been defending Karmelo as an innocent man who was just doing his due diligence and got in the wrong situation. But I'm here to tell you that's not the case. What we're trying to expose and teach the community is that the family of Karmelo is committing fraud. They are exploiting you good people for personal gain. And that is what we're going to prove. So it says, but not limited to the safe relocation of the Anthony family due to escalating threats to their safety and well-being, as well as basic living costs, transportation, counseling, and other security measures. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not our responsibility. Your responsibility is not all of that. Anthony have 2 parents that are supposed to be responsible for him. I thought that money was supposed to be for his legal defense. How come they didn't save that money for the legal defense? They were living a good life with that money. After this young man murdered a kid, they were living the good life. They were living the good life, guys. And now they want you good people to fund $1.3 million of your hard-earned money, mind you, so that they can live better after he go to prison. Because they know he's not gonna make it. So they figure, let's just get some money out of this. So now, let me get this thing on full. Hold on a second. Let me do this real fast. Okay. So it goes on and it says, we ask for your continued prayers, support, and solidarity. Your contributions not only helps protect and stabilize the family, but also serves as a powerful message of community care and resistance in the face of injustice. Thank you for standing with the Anthonys. Now, last time I checked, it's not Karmelo that's the victim. The victim was Austin Metcalf. He's the one that died. He's the one that had a knife in his chest, remember? He's the one that was bleeding out. He's the one that was bleeding out, guys. But the Anthonys are talking about injustice. after their son murdered a young man. And I get it. The black community want to stand with Karmelo because he's black. We can't do that. We can't do that no more. We cannot continually go out here trying to protect killers. And please don't tell me that I'm trying to please white folk. Because I'm not. If it was up to me, I don't want to live around white folk or black folk. I like living around myself. I'm not trying to be a part of the good boy club. I'm not trying to be a part of the white boy club. I don't care. When I deal with topics like this, I'm focused on the truth. I'm dealing with the real issues of a family exploiting donors for personal gain. They already received $500,000. Now they want $1.3 million. They're greedy. They already got $500,000. They should have put that up for the attorney. You know why they want more money? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to give you the answer. I'm going to give you the answer right now on why they want more money. I'm going to give you the answer right now. They thought he was going to come home early. They thought this wasn't going to go this far. They thought it wasn't going to go this far. So the money that they took from the people first, they figure, okay, we got paid. We living good. We got this nice house, cars, some money in the bank, paying our bills. We don't got to go to work. We living nice right now. But when they saw the indictment come down of first-degree murder, they're like, oh, no. Uh-oh. We're going to need more money. We should have saved that money for the attorneys. See, they didn't save the money, guys. They used it for personal use. They spent all that money. All that money is done. This is why when black folk win the lotto, they go broke in 1 year. You go do your studies of black families that won $1 million lotto drawings. They're broke within 5 years. They broke. All the money is done. That's how fast they spend the money. See, the difference between black folk and white folk is black folk will buy the most expensive car. They'll wear designer clothes, jewelry, diamonds, right? All of that type of stuff and go broke. White people will wear the same clothes every single day. They'll have that old pickup truck. They don't need a new one. They'll make sure they pay off their debts so they're out of debt. And they'll just put all that money in an interest gaining account, and it'll keep gaining interest. And they'll continue to grow in wealth. And then they'll probably start a business and invest. Whereas black folk, we'll just give Pookie $20,000, give our nephew $10,000, give auntie $8,000, give Gary money to fix his tire, and then we broke. We broke after that. So they spent off the $500,000, guys. The money is done. The money is done. So now let me get more information on the screen, guys. If you're now joining in the show, guys, again, as you join in the show, please be so kind to hit that like button, guys, by double tapping the screen to give it a thumbs up, right? Very important. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, consider subscribing today. This is the best channel on YouTube, the #1 reactionary channel where we're fair and balanced. We don't take sides over here. We deal with the topics head on, and we look at what is right from wrong. And we put the information out there. We have a conversation so that you good people can make up your mind. What's happening right now is the Anthony family is exploiting donors after already receiving $500,000. Now they want $1.3 million. They want a lot of money, man. For what? Because now they know they got a lawyer up. So all the money you already gave them, they already spent. Don't give them not $1, guys. Don't give them not $1. Don't give them it. And shout out to everybody jumping into the live, saying hello. I appreciate everybody that's coming through. It is what it is. Let's go, guys. The update on the website right now, it says update, Anthony family update, June 25th, 2025. Now watch this, guys. Remember, they said that the first amount of money that you guys supported them with is going for them to relocate. Now remember, listen, I got to keep reminding you guys. Look what it says. When they initially did the GoFundMe, guys, it talked about how the money was used for, personal things, threats and blah, blah, blah. Now they need a whole new batch of cash in order for them to milk the system again. Let me show you what they're doing now with this update. Anthony family update, June 25th, 2025. The Anthony family would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported us through this unimaginable tragedy. Now, put a 1 in the chat, guys, if we back. Put a 1. Put a 1 if we back, guys. I keep telling you guys, listen, ladies and gentlemen, click the like button, double tap the screen, let YouTube know we like this video. You're not gonna shut this guy down. Nope. We like this. Cause they trying to stop this truth, guys. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Right? That's the second time they shut us down, guys, for the night. So now, let's get back to the content. So, I'm going to read it back from the top because I don't know where we got shut off. So it says, the Anthony family would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported us through this unimaginable tragedy. Now, that is where it had cut off. Tragedy. What tragedy? Their son lives. The tragedy is Austin Metcalf. He's the one who's dead. He's the one who's dead, guys. That's the tragedy. The tragedy is not the Anthony family, but they're calling this an unimaginable tragedy. Thank you all for your prayers, letters, donations, and unwavering encouragement. Today, we received the official news that the Collin County District Attorney has indicted our son, your nephew, your friend, your neighbor, to this. Give me a minute, guys. Got to drink some water. Okay. All right. I should be good. Today, we received the official news that the Collin County District Attorney has indicted our son, your nephew, your friend, your neighbor. Now, notice what they're doing, guys. I don't know why they just said your nephew, your neighbor. Y'all see how they did that? I don't know the Anthony family. I don't know them. But they're trying to make it seem like we're all family. They're trying to make it seem like we're all family. So it goes on and it says, your nephew, your friend, your neighbor. This is a moment we hope we would never face, yet one we've been preparing for throughout these long and painful months. But here's the problem. If they've been preparing for this, ladies and gentlemen, then where's the $500,000 that was already given? Where's the money? Where's the money? They weren't preparing. They were not preparing, guys. You good people gave them over $500,000. And they said they were preparing, but they never thought it would come to this, because why? They weren't expecting for their son to be indicted on first-degree murder charges. They were not expecting that. That came out of left field. They thought he was going to come home, and instead they went and rent properties, bought new cars, ordering pizza. I did videos on this, guys, where they bought big boxes of pizzas, multiple boxes of pizza, video games and all sorts of stuff. So Mr. Anthony can be comfortable in a mega mansion now, a very expensive home, right? And this is what they're doing, guys. This doesn't make no sense. You understand? It's just sad, fam. So now, let me read some more, because it probably was ChatGPT that wrote this update, because I don't know why it would tell us that where's that section at where it says where is it go? Something about your nephew, your friend, your neighbor. That right there is ChatGPT. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, guys, because he's not our neighbor. We don't know the Anthony family. How is he my nephew? So they literally let ChatGPT put this together, right? So now it says, the Colon County District Attorney has indicted our son, your nephew, your friend, your neighbor. This is a moment we hope we would never face, yet one we've been preparing for throughout these long and painful months. Through it all, you, our community, have been our strength. Not God, right? Have you noticed that, guys? Not God, right? God haven't been their strength. You've been their strength. You know why? Your money. Your money that helped them to live good while their son murdered another young man. We shouldn't be giving him an easy ride. No. If anything, let the courts play it out, do what they got to do. If Mr. Anthony was found not guilty, all charges dropped, and the family was exhausted of all their resources defending their son, then if you good people wanted to restore that family, then you can have a fundraiser and do this and do that. It's been painful for the Metcalf family. It's been painful for Austin's twin brother, realizing that his brother is no longer there. And this has nothing to do with them being white. Because I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If this was two young black men that killed each other, that one black killed the other black, we wouldn't be here. And nobody would be raising money. None of you would be donating if Tyrone stabbed Pookie in the heart. You would not be donating right now. You wouldn't care. You're only donating because one of them is black and the other one is white. That's the only reason. Motivated by color. How sad. Sad. That's the only reason why people donate, guys. Because of color. Right? So now, it goes on and it says, your support has reminded us that we are not alone. Notice, your support of money made them realize they're not alone. They don't have a relationship with God. Right? You've become their God. Your support has reminded us that we are not alone. Your love has helped us stand in the face of heartbreak, threats, and misinformation. Now, keep in mind, this is a family that is harboring a son that murdered someone, but they're acting like the victim. That's so disrespectful to the Metcalf family. And again, I'm not taking sides. I'm focusing on the facts. Ladies and gentlemen, if Anthony stabbed your son in the heart, killed your son, and you're a black woman, a black mother with a black son, and he killed your baby, how would you feel? Would you be defending Karmelo Anthony? Would you say it was your son's fault why Karmelo stabbed him? Because your son was a bully. You ain't gonna do that. You know you're not gonna do that. You're gonna want justice. But because it's a young black teen who is now 18 years old, mind you, right? Because he's black and the other deceased is white, we side with the black, even though he's guilty as charged. That's crazy. And the black community is so sick and perverted that they look at Karmelo as a victim when he murdered someone in cold blood, not in self-defense, in cold blood. How many videos have I made, ladies and gentlemen, showing you the law and the statutes of the state of Texas in regards to the use of deadly force? You can't use deadly force because you don't like somebody. You can't use deadly force because you provoke them to touch you and see what happened. That's not permissible to use deadly force. You understand? The only way you could use deadly force is if equal deadly force was presented to you. Nobody had a knife but Mr. Anthony. He's the only one. And yet, look what he did with that knife. He decided to take a life. And black people support him to the T. And sadly about this is once Mr. Anthony go to prison, the skinheads, the Aryan Nation, and various other white gangs in the penitentiary is going to deal with him, guys. Like, he's going to be dealt with because social media has crowned Karmelo Anthony as a martyr, as a hero of the black community because he put a knife in a white man's heart. So the black community uphold him as a hero who helped black people be liberated because they feel Karmelo killing this white kid is like revenge for all the atrocities done to black people. That's how blacks are seeing the case. They're not seeing it as a teen murdered another teen. They're looking at this thing from an evil eye of vengeance. I've seen this in the comment sections. I've seen black people said, well, they did this to our ancestors. They murdered our ancestors, so I really don't care what happened. That's evil. Because if it was a black kid that killed a black kid, you wouldn't even say that. You wouldn't even care. Matter of fact, if it was a white kid that killed your son, you would want justice. That's the hypocrisy of our people. They don't want to be held accountable. They're very racist. They suffer from internalized racism. They never hold themselves accountable. We got all this crime in the black community. We got drugs. We got gang violence. We got teen pregnancies. We got SA situations. We got pedophiles, kids being touched, fatherless homes, single motherhood, poverty. We got a lot of problems. Gangs, all sorts of shootings and killings and stabbings. Yet, we don't solve none of those problems, right? The black community is a war zone. A war zone. I was watching a video the other day. I'm not sure if it was, I'm not sure if it's a governor. No, I think it's a mayor. I'm not sure if it's in Memphis. I may be wrong. But they were talking about the crime in one of these cities, man. I think it was Memphis. I'm not sure. But they were talking about the crime to the point where one of them elected officials, I'm not sure if it's a mayor, he's trying to get a hold of the governor because it's like the city has just gone wild. They just gone wild. Crime like never before. And guess who's the one committing all the crime? Guess who? Black folk. Committing all the crime. It's bad. But yet, rather than us clean up the communities, we're protecting a killer. It is time for all black people at the sound of my voice to say enough is enough, that you're no longer supporting Karmelo or the Anthony family. Enough is enough, guys. You guys already support it. And now look, the family is exploiting all the donors. They're exploiting the donors for $1.3 million now. Now they want more of your money. They're not satisfied. They're greedy. They're probably going to use that money to go buy a Lamborghini. Probably going to use that money to take a trip or leave the state. You never know. They probably might flee the country. With 1.3 million overseas, oh, that'll be a good amount of money to live off of. You'll be able to sustain a great life overseas with the cost of living. You know? This is really, really bad, guys. Very, very bad. But now, let me continue reading. So, it goes on and it says, your support has reminded us that we are not alone. Your love has helped us to stand in the face of heartbreak, threats, and misinformation. Now, as the legal process moves forward towards trial, we enter an even more intense phase. See, they weren't anticipating this, guys. They weren't anticipating this phase. They thought that Karmelo was going to get off and just going to walk. It says, one that will demand everything from us emotionally, financially, and spiritually. No, they don't got the money no more, guys. They exhausted the $500,000 that you good people sent that family in good faith, assuming that they were putting that money together for use for an attorney to do the right thing. They spent the money off. They spent the money off, guys. All that money, they spent it off. It goes on and it says, one that will demand everything from us emotionally, financially, and spiritually. We are not here to try this case on social media. We are not interested in online arguments or judgment from those who do not know the full story. Now, why would they say that? Because they know on social media, right, the court of public opinion is very interesting. They know that this case is being tried, and we the people on social media already know the truth, that he's guilty, that he's a murderer and deserve time in prison. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But in the black community, they look at him as a martyr, as a national public figure, a hero in the black community. And only savages, guys, only savages and animals support Karmelo Anthony. Savages from the black community uphold Karmelo as a hero. That's what black people do, guys. A young man who murdered someone, they look at him as a hero, a savior. How do you expect us to take him serious? How do you expect us to take black people serious when that's how they think? Think about how the white community looking at us, upholding Karmelo as a hero. When have you ever seen a young man murder another young man and black people are upholding that kid as a hero? But if Karmelo murdered your black son, would you uphold him as a hero? This is why you can't take the black community serious, especially on social media, because they don't have any respect for themselves. They misrepresent their own people, and it just makes them look bad. Very, very bad, guys. And this is why I really wish, like on social media, that YouTube would not hide the identities of people that conduct themselves a certain way. It's very important that we know who are these individuals for who they really are. That way we can mark them and they can all be exposed, because a lot of people hide in the shadows. They throw stones, hide their hands, and they support criminals. This is why in the black community you got gangs. You got all these gangs, all these killers and thugs and drug dealers, and they're supported and protected in the black community. Have you ever noticed that? In the black community, all the killers, the drug dealers, they're protected. Nobody talks about them. Nobody pointing them out. They get to thrive and sell drugs and essay women and molest kids, and nobody does anything about it. It's perfectly normal in the black community. So now it says, we are not here to try this case on social media. We are not interested in online arguments. See, in their mind, they believe that when we do content like this to expose the truth, that somehow it's online arguments. No, we're exposing the fact that the Anthony family has exploited the public, and now they are asking for $1.3 million after already exhausting all their resources. Do not send any more money, guys. And it's always black people that get bamboozled. They love getting played. They love getting played. They always sending their money blindly to a cause that makes no sense. So it says, we are not interested in online arguments or judgment from those who do not know the full story. Karmelo will defend himself in a court of law, not in the court of public opinion. Do you see? The parents of Karmelo Anthony are watching videos like mine very closely. To the Anthony family, how you doing? My name is Ringo TV. I just want to let you know that I will be covering the story with your murderer son. And I will also bring awareness to the public that your family is a disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself. That GoFundMe, well, not GoFundMe, that Give, Send, Go, that should be taken down, and the money should be returned back to the donors. You don't deserve that, because you guys, you already received $500,000, and you don't have none of that money accounted for to obtain legal counsel and legal representation. So at this point, nobody should even take you serious. You have some nerve as parents to be exploiting these good people out of their hard-earned money. People that work so hard, and now here you come asking for all their money. It makes no sense at all, guys. None at all. Give me a minute, guys. Okay. So it says Karmelo will defend himself in a court of law, not in the court of public opinion. Some may wonder what this fund is truly for. And we want to clarify with transparency and honesty. Now they're going to tell us what the $1.3 million is for, guys. This is a joke, guys. I'm telling you. This is a joke. Let's see what it's for. These funds are being used to cover the essential and urgent needs that have arisen as a result of this tragic situation. Now, think about this, guys. If the indictment of first-degree murder wasn't brought down by the court against Karmelo, the family would have never updated. They would have never updated their fundraiser. They would have never did that. They would have never updated their fundraiser. You see that? So they said these funds are being used to cover essential and urgent needs that have arisen as a result of this tragic situation, including but not limited to safe relocation of our family after repeated threats and the public leaking of our address. So all of the money that you already gave them that they use to relocate, now they're saying we relocating again. Guys, y'all gotta stop getting played. They're talking about a safe relocation. Listen, did Austin Metcalf's family relocate? Think about this, guys. Think what's going on. The family of the killers are telling you they need a safe relocation for their family after repeated threats and the public leaking of their address. This doesn't make no sense. They also need basic living expenses as we've had to uproot our lives. So now all of a sudden, your job as good people is to pay for their living expenses. Their living expenses come before yours. After they already spent off $500,000 on cars and pizza and luxury homes. They need your money for their basic living expenses. Notice basic, but they need $1.3 million for basic living expenses as we've had to uproot our lives, which mean they all quit their jobs, right? So basically they're living a soft life while the donors are giving them a free ride. Now, check this out. They also need transportation to and from court proceedings. But I thought they already got a car, guys. They already got a car with that money. Now they want another car. Now they're trying to make you believe that all this money is going to be used for transportation to and from court proceedings. See, they were not anticipating this. They are hustling, you good people. This is a scam, guys. This is a scam. They're hustling you good people out of all your hard-earned money. And content creators been trying to push Karmelo Anthony as a good kid. Yet his family is exploiting the donors for personal use. So now they need transportation to and from court proceedings. Now check out this other one. Trauma-informed counseling for our entire family. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? Trauma what? Are y'all listening to this? Trauma-informed counseling for our entire family. So let me get this straight. You taxpayers are paying the family that harbors a murderer for their trauma-informed counseling for their entire family. Are you kidding me? Nah, man, this is sad. This is sad. Also, you're paying for enhanced security measures. What? Get a Ring camera. Enhanced security measures. Get a Ring camera. I done lost count how many of them I got. I think I got about 15 or 16 cameras. I could literally go on the studio, press a button, and just pop up on the screen, all cameras. And they rolling 24 hours a day. As soon as you come around the house, you pull up in a car, you do it, your dog bark, I got you. I got you. Put a 1 if we back. Put a 1 if we back, guys. They keep trying to shut us down. This is why I tell you guys, when you come into the building, double tap the screen, guys. Double tap to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe as well so that everything is good. Click that notification bell so that you are informed. Very, very important. They're trying to shut us down because we're speaking the truth, guys. We're speaking the truth. So now, they want enhanced security measures. So now they're going to hire men carrying guns because that's what enhanced security measures is. So now they got security, tight security, armed men that follow them around in order to make sure that they are protected. That's crazy, right? Let's see what else we got. And critically retaining qualified legal counsel and a thorough, fair, and investigative team. Shouldn't that have been first on the list? Come on now. Shouldn't that have been the first thing on your list? Yeah, I know, fam. We have 300 and something people in the building, only 190 likes. It's sad, right? With all this positive quality information I'm putting out there, they just stay hating on me, guys. People just like to watch me, but they don't want to support the show. But they'll go support Karmelo Anthony, a man who put a knife in somebody's chest and took their life. What a shame. I'm breaking this thing down, showing you how this family is scamming everyone. And y'all not hitting the like button? It's cool. It is what it is. We're going to still do the content. Right? We're going to still keep it moving. So, and critically retaining quality legal counsel and a thorough, fair investigative team. So hold up. When they gave you $500,000, and I'm talking to the family of Karmelo Anthony, when you guys received the $500,000, you mean to tell me you never used any of that money to retain an attorney, legal team? Y'all didn't do anything with the money. So y'all just used that money for personal gain. Y'all can't see it? Think about this, guys. You gave this family $500,000. They didn't use not $1. for legal counsel. Now they want to use 1.3 million for legal counsel now. Now that their son been indicted on first-degree murder charges, now it got real. Now they want to use the money for the right reason. What does that say? It says that they've been using the money for the wrong reason the whole time. While legal expenses are a significant part of this fund, they are only one part. Our family, a loving, God-fearing family. A loving, God-fearing family. But your son murdered somebody. Thou shalt not kill. They always say they're a God-fearing family. They always say that. They always use that tactic. In other words, playing the Christian role. That's what they're doing. While legal expenses are a significant part of this fund, they are only one part. Our family, a loving, God-fearing family, is simply seeking safety, justice, and peace in these trying times. They still acting like victims, guys. This is disgusting. So today, and until his trial date, we humbly ask, please consider making another contribution to the fund for Karmelo. Notice, please consider making another. Why? Because they already exhausted the 500,000. And again, hello to everybody coming in on the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to those that coming in. Make sure you double tap the screen to give it a like. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when we go live or when we upload videos, right? Very important. So guys, this is serious, man. This is serious. Now, keep in mind, guys, they're telling you to please consider making another contribution to the fund for Karmelo. So the contribution you previously made that gave them 500,000, they already used that money on personal use. They didn't even save the money for an attorney because they didn't think that it would go this far. It says, please continue to share it with your network. Please stand with us for truth, for justice, for our son. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Your prayers, your compassion, and your generosity has meant more than words can express. With love, faith, and determination, the Anthony family. What a disgrace. This is sad, guys. This is sad. This is very, very sad, guys. Now, remember, in April 15th, they did an update. You remember that? In April 15th, that's when they had posted that update. April 15th. Now, the new update in June is because they want more money. But notice, on that update on the 15th, it says support the Anthony family. We are grateful for your support during this incredibly difficult time for Karmelo Anthony and his family. This fundraiser has been established to provide comprehensive assistance to the Anthony family as they navigate the many challenges surrounding Karmelo's case. Purpose of the fund. Now, again, guys, this is before asking for the 1.3 million. While legal defense is a critical part of this journey, we want to make it clear that this fund is not solely dedicated to legal expenses. The fund raised will also support a range of urgent and necessary needs that have emerged as a result of this situation, including but not limited to the safe relocation of Anthony family due to escalating threats to their safety and well-being, as well as basic living costs, transportation, counseling, and other security measures. Well, if that was back in April 15th, then they already used the $500,000 on that, guys. So what do you think they're doing? They're coming back to you folks for more money to do the same thing. They're coming back for the same thing. This is sad. This is absolutely sad, guys. Notice what it says, guys. April 15th, they told us that the money, now again, the $500,000 back in April 15th was supposed to be used for the relocation of the family. So they already relocated. So why are they asking now for $1.3 million and then telling us that the 1.3 is for basically the same thing? Safe relocation of our family after repeated threats, right? Basic living expenses. They're living off of you. That's not for no case. They're living off you. This is sad, man. This is sad. This is disgusting, guys. Now that they update the fundraiser, they're basically asking for the same thing. And notice, at the bottom of the list is where they put and critically retaining qualified legal counsel and a thorough, fair investigative team. Shouldn't you have gotten that with the $500,000? Now they're thinking about getting qualified legal counsel. They should have been had that with the $500K. But instead, they got nice cars, luxury homes, designer clothes, and so on and so forth. Now they want more money out of you guys. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, guys. Again, on April 15th, they said the purpose for the fund was while legal defense is a critical part of this journey, meaning they weren't even thinking about legal defense, guys. Legal defense was not on their mind. It was not. And again, hello to everybody that's coming in to the building. Hello to everybody that's coming in, watching the show. I appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't already and you're new to the show, be sure to double tap the screen to give it a like. Very important. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. That helps us out over here on the platform, guys. So congratulations to all of those that are now subscribed to the channel. Appreciate your support. Right? So, getting back to the content. This was back in April. Well, not this particular section here. This is the new update. But pretty much this here in April, they posted this particular post, which meant the 500 was pretty much for relocating their personal expenses and so on and so forth. So they already spent the money. Now they're wanting more. Don't give them no more, guys. You already gave them everything. Come on. I've already proven my case, guys. They're exploiting the donors. They're taking advantage of the donors. They already got $500,000, guys. You know what's $500,000? How many of you wish you had $500,000 in your bank account right now? $500,000 in your bank account right now would help you out tremendous, fam. Some of you, if you had $500,000 in your account right now, it'll put you in a position in life, man. Fam, If I have $500,000 in my account right now, fam, that would be a miracle. That would set me up right. You know what I'm saying? No cap. I would be able to really rock and roll, bro. Like, for real. That's a lot of money. That's a heck of a lot of money. And you good people gave that to the Karmelo family. Y'all gave it to them. You know? And they already spent it. Now they want $1.3 million of your hard-earned money. They want to take advantage of your kindness, guys. The worst thing you could do is take advantage of somebody's kindness. Never do that. You know? So now, they basically updated the post, increased the fundraiser, and changed the purpose. Now they included counseling, legal counsel. Because before, they weren't focused on it. It says purpose of the fund. While legal defense is a critical part of this journey, we want to make it clear that this fund is not solely dedicated to legal expenses. That right there is a nasty red flag, because what that means is they took y'all money and just ran with it. And y'all continually giving them the money? And you had content creators and influencers pushing Karmelo Anthony and saying, well, white people made fundraisers and they got millions and millions of dollars. Who cares? Who cares? Let's not be blind and ignorant when it comes to right and wrong. You people have given a family $500,000 for nothing. It didn't even go towards nothing. It ain't go to no legal defense. They're literally telling you, while legal defense is a critical part, they're basically saying, but in this fundraiser, man, we want to make it clear that this fund is not solely dedicated to legal expenses. Damn, that's sad. The funds raised will also support a range of urgent and necessary needs that have emerged as a result of this situation, including but not limited to the safe relocation of the Anthony family due to escalating threats to their safety. Now, keep in mind, when all of this drama happened, nobody knew where they lived. Nobody knew anything about them. But they already received hundreds of thousands of dollars. I told you guys, they updated their fundraiser page because it didn't say this in the beginning. When they started that fundraiser, it had something else on their page. Now they're telling you it's for the safe relocation, and that was back in April. We're in June. So they didn't relocate yet. They already did. They already relocated. It got real. Now they realize they need legal counsel. So now they're trying to up the ante. You know? This doesn't make no sense, man. This doesn't make no sense whatsoever about threats to the family and their safety and well-being, as well as basic living costs, transportation. Now, when they say transportation, that means a new vehicle, guys. Last time I checked, I believe they got like 2 vehicles. Come on, people. 2 vehicles? Multi-million-dollar home? I think the home is like $800,000. It's a mansion. I don't think they bought it. I think they probably rented it or whatever, or leased it. Or maybe they purchased it. I don't know. I mean, you can't relocate if you bought that, because you would be making payments. So it's most likely leased. You know? Sad, man. Let me see. Somebody in the chat says no one cares. Then why are you here if no one cares? If no one cares, you shouldn't even be here. I mean, what are you here for?
What you talking about, Willis?
You know? Nobody cares. It don't make no sense you be here. But I appreciate you. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up, since nobody cares. Right? So, what do we got? Let me see. Okay. So again, it says that, well, that was for the June. That was for June. So getting back to this, it says, it's for transportation, counseling, and other security measures. So the $500,000 that you folks already done had, for whatever reason, for what they had, excuse me, it has been spent all already, guys. They spent it all. They spent all the money, guys. This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. We ask for your continued prayers, support, and solidarity. Your contributions not only help protect and stabilize the family, but also serves as a powerful message of community care and resistance in the face of injustice. Wow, injustice after their son murdered another kid. That doesn't make any sense, guys. None whatsoever. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. I'm just reporting the news, letting you good people know that the Anthony family, they're exploiting you good people. They're taking advantage of you. And something needs to be done about that. No one should be giving them not one more dollar, guys. Not one more dollar. Let me check my, I want to check something real fast, guys. Give me a minute. Check something real quick. Oh, okay. I didn't even have to check. It pretty much let me know. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, I'm going to pretty much wrap up the show. My final thoughts on the situation here is this. Don't send your money to the Anthony family. They're exploiting donors for more cash. And they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again and again. I mean, people going to send money. Like I said, I got their page open up over here. Let me see. Yeah. You have people continually sending. The last person was a clown that donated $40. $40. Threw their money away. It's just sad, guys. Absolutely sad. Like, it's just only black people get played like this, man. We the only ones that fall victim to these kind of scams. It's very easy for us to get played like this, you know. So we're gonna get up on out of here, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by. We got more content. To the ladies, I got a series of videos we're gonna be covering, teaching you that if you're a single woman, we're gonna teach you the reason why you're single. Why most of you will never be in a long-term relationship, and it's because of a problem that we will be addressing in video. So hopefully you will be a part of those shows. I might go live after this and do one. I might just do them in the morning and done. I might do them in the morning. That way everything is much better. Probably have more people turn out to the show. I mean, it doesn't really matter what time you go live. People are awake all the time. Like, it doesn't even matter, you know? So, yeah. I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Appreciate everybody stopping by. And again, don't donate no money to the Karmelo fund. It's a scam. At this point, you can't trust them. They're not good stewards over the money. And God is not pleased. And it's just really sad that they had the nerve to update their fundraiser to $1.3 million, man, after already receiving $500,000. Almost $600,000 they received, guys. You know? Don't make no sense, man. Let me see. Silky Wave says, always a clown who want to take us off course. Are you referring to me at Silky? Silky? Are you referring to me as being a clown who's always wanting to take us off course? So let me get this straight. You support Karmelo killing people? And me speaking the truth mean that I'm trying to take us off course? It doesn't make any sense, guys. These are the kind of individuals that you got to deal with. This is the black community for you guys. They throw stones and hide their hands and run away when you ask them a question. And again, hello to everybody that's saying, hey, what's going on? Appreciate everybody stopping at the show. We're pretty much about to end. We've been on now for about 1 hour and 27 minutes. So it is what it is. Let me see what Forever Studios said. Karmelo family wouldn't help none of them people who supported their killer son. That's a fact. That's a fact. The Anthony family wouldn't piss on any of you if you were on fire. They would never support you if your bills are due. But you're so faithful and loyal to a family you don't even know. That's sad. So anyway, guys, rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody stopping by. It is what it is. Subscribe and like the channel, guys. It is what it is. You have to double tap the screen to give it a like. All right? So we're going to get up on out of here, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Ringo TV Reactions, we salute you. We will catch you in the next video. It is what it is. See you on the next one. Y'all stay safe out there. And that's about it, guys. We out of here. Y'all stay safe. We out. Peace.